What's up, all you Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and join me today as I take an advanced look at the Fantastic Four Heroes Return Volume 2 and the Wolverine Epic Collection Inner Fury from Marvel Comics, so please stay tuned. Okay, so the first book we're going to look at is the Fantastic Four Heroes Return. But before I do, I want to give a shout out to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us advanced copies of both of these books. Now, both of these books come out on March 11th. So let's take a look at Fantastic Four. So here we have Fantastic Four Heroes Return Volume 2. I'll be showing the spines here in a little bit for both books. This one retails for $39.99. Volume 1 came out last year, so here is Volume 2. This is after the events of Onslaught. The Fantastic Four went over to the Image universe, if you will. And under Jim Lee and Brett Booth and those people over at Image, that talent over at Image, they stayed over there for 12 issues, 13 if you include the Wildstorm crossover stuff. However, I don't think that will be collected because of copyrights. Now, after that year release, they came back to the Marvel Universe with a new numbering system, which is why this is numbers 16 through 32. 1 through 15 were collected in the Complete Collection Volume 1 last year. So this is the series that starts off in 1998. And if you've seen my comprehensive reading order of Fantastic Four, that's what I mean. The numbers are legacy numbers when they eventually go back to like 500 and then 600 under Mark Waid and then Jonathan Hickman. It's a little confusing, but that's why I do comprehensive reading orders, to kind of let you know where to read these books. So this is the Chris Claremont and Salvador La Roca era. It's that classic Chris Claremont take on the Fantastic Four. The character of Valeria is introduced, which is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic. Everything in here is drawn by Salvador La Roca, with the exception of the annual 1999 here. This one is drawn by Ladron. He had a run on Cable. He has a very Jack Kirby-ish look to his art. He does these wonderful, beautiful painted covers these days. But this is what his artwork looks like. Now, I separate both of these books from the regular trade paperbacks, and I'll be doing that on Tuesday. But I wanted to separate these because they're epic collections and complete collections. So they're a little thicker. As a matter of fact, this one is 496 pages. So that is a big book. So we almost have just about everything because this goes right into the Flesh and Stone trade paperback and into the Breach. However, this one stops at 32 and Flesh and Stone starts with number 35. So hopefully we'll have another complete collection sometime in the near future. But just showcasing some of the Salvador La Roca, whose artwork I really enjoyed at the time. Because now his art style is a little different. It's a little light boxy. I'm not a big fan of his artwork these days. And it's just jumping through different dimensions and different Earths. And I remember really enjoying this. This was a fun run of the Fantastic Four. Mainly it was just nice to have him back into the Marvel Universe. So Scott Lobdell started off the series when he came back, and then Chris Claremont took over the run. Eventually, Carlos Pacheco and Jeff Loeb, and then, of course, the Mark Waid run will come after this. Let's see if there's anything extras in the back. Okay, no extras. So let's move on to Wolverine. But before I do, I want to hold up the spines because I know a lot of you all really like looking at the spines, which is fine. So you have the Marvel non-Epic Collection to match up the first volume. And then you have the classic Wolverine Epic Collection to go with the other ones. This book retails for $39.99. It is Volume 6 of the Wolverine Epic Collections, collecting years 1992 to 1993. So this one gets pretty interesting because it leads you right to issue 75, where I can't talk about it because of spoilers, but something big happens. It kicks off with Inner Fury, which is a D.G. Chichester, the guy that wrote Daredevil, Fall from Grace, and Bill Sienkiewicz story here. It was a graphic novel. And then it contains issues 69 through 75 of Wolverine, The Killing, and Global Jeopardy, which is written by Peter David, and that's a pretty interesting book. And then Sabretooth miniseries 1 through 4, and of course X-Men 25, which precedes Wolverine 75. Now, I want to point something out here because I've noticed this happen sometimes, and let's see here. And you can kind of tell, maybe on the video you can kind of tell. So, it looks like, and I don't know if I'm 100% sure if this is the right department, but it looks like the scans for issues 70 through 74 are a little bit blurry, a little darker. If you can tell the difference from this, and see how much cleaner this is issue 69. It's happened, I've seen it happen in other trade paperbacks, I've seen it happen in Epic Collections, I've seen it happen in Omnibus from time to time. And I don't know if it's the scanner was bad or if the actual copies were rough, although I can't imagine these copies being too bad because they were from 1993. But yeah, you can tell, you know, it's a little darker. I don't want to say blurry because blurry isn't really the right word. Maybe a little grainier. Yeah, okay, let's go with grainier. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, some of them. But you can tell with other panels how much darker they look compared to the clean and crispness of issue 69. And of course issue 75, which has been released digitally. But it's a shame because this is the only way to collect these issues. Like, Wolverine 69 through 74 has never been collected in any collection before. So I was really excited for this one. But not a deal breaker or anything, but I just wanted to point out that, yeah, issues 70 through 74 look like the scans are a little rougher, or a little darker. What did I say? Grainier, that's it. And here is The Killing, which is a graphic novel written by John Reber. And actually the one thing I do remember is this artwork here by Kent Williams. And it's this picture right here. I don't remember much of anything else happening in this storyline other than that one picture. And here we go. Yes! Sabretooth. I loved this miniseries. It's a shame. The original cover had a die cut, so there's no way you can capture that again. That's interesting. $4.75 Australian. Wonder if that was the cleanest copy that they had. They couldn't find an American US dollar one. But as you can tell here, the artwork is fine. The scans are good. And you have Mark Texer. Oh my gosh, somebody told me how to pronounce it just recently. Texaria? Texeria? Oh my gosh. Correct me in the comments down below. I promise I'll remember. And of course, written by Larry Hama, who was writing Wolverine at the time. There are pinups. This is a really cool lead up to when Sabretooth, although this is a little bit of spoilers, but I'm sure most of you know this, ends up joining the X-Men as Wolverine leaves. And Wolverine leaves for a reason that happens in issue 75, which is collected after Global Jeopardy. Aha, I knew it was Peter David. So this is kind of a WWF comic book. And no, not the World Wrestling Federation, but the World Wildlife Fund. That kind of WWF. So you have something going on here, and you learn about the animals. Pretty interesting. There's some pinups here in between issues. And X-Men 25, where a big event is about to happen to Wolverine's life, which leads to Wolverine 75, drawn for the very first time by the new artist Adam Kubert, Andy Kubert's brother, and Joe Kubert's son. Don't want to flip too much through there. Let's look at the back pages here. There is an interview with Larry Hama. Look how awesome Larry Hama looks. Singer, actor, comic book writer. Known to have written some of the best issues of G.I. Joe. The book, by the way, has 472 pages. The unpublished Wolverine miniseries by Mike Manley. I remember when that was supposed to come out. That was it as far as extra. Oh, I forgot about this Travis Charest pinup. I wish he had taken over X-Men. No, he ended up drawing Wildcats X-Men, and the guy's art is just so top-notch. So I can't talk about what happens in Wolverine 75. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than the little rough scans that I've noticed in some issues here, book is a nice addition to the Wolverine Epic Collection. Now, if you're interested in buying either one of these or both of them, you can purchase them when they come out on March 11th from cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the contents of each of these books. Let me know in the comments down below which one you're grabbing, or if you're hoping for an omnibus one day of the Heroes Return Fantastic Four, or Wolverine. I bet this one probably will be an omnibus volume 3 if they do it in chronological order. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Please don't forget to come back tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where I will be going over the advanced solicitations for June from Marvel Comics. And that is a live episode tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you can't catch it live, catch it tomorrow sometime. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. We can be found on Patreon and Redbubble, and all of that information is in the description below. And remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be Near Mint.